Speaking of Turkey,
Get it right.
Turkey, they bought a crap ton of F-16 Block 70s. And before we move from that picture, Douglas, I wanted to point out that this is the stuff that all F-16 pilots everywhere used to dream about. And our dreams have become a reality. Look how many AMRAAMs are on this thing, dude.
That's a lot.
All of the AMRAAMs
is an 8x2 loadout, right? Am I mathing right? 4 on this side, 4 on this side, and then 2 M9s.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love that. No, please.
They'd be like, mover, don't get shot down because all the AMRAAMs we have from the base are on your jet.
Your 4-ship has all of them.
So
we are out. So you may shoot one per.
We're all in on this war.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the stuff hanging on the cheek?
I can't say that without going to jail.
No, not. I mean, are they,
that's a lightning pod, probably the new lightning, and then it's a targeting pod and an HTS pod.
Oh, okay.
Are they tanks up top? What are those?
That's the conformal fuel tanks.
Yeah. Interesting.
So extra gas. Although, so let's go to the article, Douglas. So the Turks and the Greeks, NATO partners, but they do a lot of Aegean Sea dogfights. And is that MSB Akar? Is that what that says? MSB?
Yeah.
So this is all happening. $23 billion in F-16 sale to Turkey, along with $8.6 billion sale of F-35s to Greece. So they gave, I guess Turkey's getting their own indigenous F-35-ish thing that we've covered before.
Mm-hmm.
So Gonky made all of Turkey mad, calling it a little country. It's not a little country. It's very, very.
So massive. Wait, is that 23 billion F-16s and 2 F-35s based on those cost numbers?
Pretty much.
So it's 40 F-16s to modernize 79 of its existing fleets, and then 40 F-35 Fat Amies.
Wow.
They wanted to upgrade. There was a thing about what they have, but basically these new Vipers are ESA radar, fully upgraded HTS pods, AMRAAMs, AIM-9X. I think it was AIM-120C8.
Pretty much everything you ever wanted.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, I'm just looking at it going, I want this.
Yeah.
It's the old meme about, Lord, I see what you're doing for other people, and if you can give that to me. But they didn't stop there on approving the sale. They also, the Czech government gets 24 F-35s, which now that strengthens the European outlook and NATO in the Russian conflict. How many did they get? 24? Did it say what the year was, the timeline, Doug?
For the F-35?
Yeah. Well, how long? Because it's not instant. It's a while. 2030.
Yeah. None of this stuff is.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of people talk about, thanks, Doug. I've seen a lot of people talk about all of these orders. It's great for Lockheed Martin. It's great for our economy, right? Because, Greenville, now that factory is going to gen up 40 and they're going to need people to test fly. Just saying, I'm here.
You buy 2035 mover, you'll be.
Yeah, no, but they got to build them now. They got to start now if they're going to get 40 of them. 2035 was the Fat Amies. This is a lot sooner.
I got you.
Block 70s, but it still takes a while to build them. I mean, they're not fast. So you got that. It's good for the economy. But in a region now that is becoming a hotspot, dude, I mean, I just thought it was interesting that the Turkish military gets F-16s and the Greeks are going to get F-35s.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it most definitely has to do with the whole S-400 thing, in my opinion.
You think so? Yeah. Still that.
Yeah. I don't really think they're I'd be surprised if their own 5th gen airplane had anything to do with it. I think it's probably, like I said, more from the air defense stuff they bought. But yeah, it surprised me too. I mean,
it's funny because I've covered a lot of their engagements, either with the Mirage and the Turkish Viper, or the Viper versus Viper. It'll be interesting to see if you start seeing the F-35 versus the F-16.
Oh, I'm sure, man. 100%.
I mean, it's one of those things where they mix it up, but nobody's like, they're not shooting. It's just that we don't like you. I hate you. I hate you. Mix it up a little bit. The pilots probably don't care. They're like, woo, let's go.
Yeah, it's probably a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I think a Viper going to have a good time against the F-35 just for that, just doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's not going to be, all right, let's start this at 100 miles away.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah. But no, real cool. Lots of movement. And it's interesting that they're announcing this like all right after, one after the other.
Yeah, I've said it 1,000 times, like the whole escalatory, de-escalatory stuff, like it troubles me having young kids, like it's like everybody's gearing up, right? I don't like that. I don't like my spidey senses don't like what I feel and sense going on in the world, whether it's Ukraine or in Middle East or whatever, man. It just seems, and it's it has come on just the last couple of years. I mean, it irritates me because like all three of us spent 20 years, in a conflict, and then it seems like, oh, thank goodness that's over. I mean, it didn't end well, but at least it was over. Yeah. And then here we go. It irks me. I'm sorry.
What about the European, the Czechia? I mean, people have said, well, that'll help against the Russians. Well, 2035 is not soon. So by the time that happens, the global landscape's changed.
Sure.
Yeah. We need to listen to Rocky's speech at the end when he beats the Russian. I mean, come on, I'm serious, man.
I thought you were going to reenact it. Okay.
No, I did watch it the other day. It's really good.
Yeah.
For a guy that's got his face beaten in, he speaks a lot of truth. And that was from an era of Cold War, right? We're like, we're going to nuke one another and everyone's going to be dead, right? I mean, that's eventually, if you keep escalating, that's the most escalatory thing you can get to.
Yeah, but right afterwards, it de-escalates immediately.
Immediately, right? Because I don't know, man. I just, yeah. Sorry, get off my soapbox. I'm getting old.